Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Teresa Crawley at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We just got this trade in this Saturday, and boy, it came in clean, smelling perfect. We hardly had to touch it to get ready to do this video today. It came in so clean. This is a 2016 Newmar Ventana. The floor plan is 4037. That makes it just under 41 feet in tip to tail measurement, and it has a 400 horsepower Cummins engine. We also can tow 15,000 pounds with this. So I'll let you take a look around real quick. Some of the great things about the Newmar Ventana: it's built on the XCR chassis. Again, it's got that 400 horsepower Cummins engine. We've got porcelain tile floors, solid wood cabinetry, and all of the other finities that you find in a Newmar motorhome. This thing is built so well. I talk about this over and over again. If you buy a good quality coach from the get-go, you're gonna have many, many years to come of a nice, solid, reliable motorhome. We're talking about cabinets that aren't falling off the walls and shades that aren't falling out. Even refrigerators I've heard of in other brands that don't do the due diligence of making a really good solid product from the beginning. They just want to make it look nice so you take it off the lot, whereas Newmar does the things that you don't see that make it a much higher quality motorhome. So let's take a look at the living area first. We have the two recliners set up here. I love this because these recliners can be taken out completely. They are not mounted to the floor in here. So if you need to travel with dog kennels, or if you just want to modify this area for whatever reason, you can do that quite easily. They pull out, they can turn sideways as well. And then you have a fixed table in the middle here. So we're going to have a little place to put our beverages, our remote controls, little books, whatever it is you like to keep next to the TV area. And then above that, we of course have some storage. Now, Newmar likes to put this felt carpeting in their storage. And the reason they do that is for vibration, noise going down the road. It's going to help prevent your things from breaking when you're turning corners and things like that. But again, this is a 10-year-old coach. Look at how nice these hinges are standing up to the test of time. And everything just looks really beautiful here. I know for some of you, red might not be your favorite color. I think a lot of the red in here could be switched out really easily if you're wanting to modernize a coach. It's mostly throw pillows, blankets, and then the balance is here. So I really feel like this coach could be taken into 2026 very easily with very little cost put in there, and you still have a really good quality, very livable motorhome. Now over here we have a trifold sofa. That means that you can have a queen size sleeper in this living area. Very easy to put that out and then put it away when you're done. So technically this coach will sleep 4 total adults. There's really no other sleeping area in this coach, so that's what you get. We do have our TV on a lift here, as Newmar likes to do. And just to put that away, you push a button over here when it's time to not watch anymore. And then you have a beautiful window to look through. We also have more storage up above here. A little bit lower because there's slide mechanism and insulation up there. Here's where your audio visual equipment can go if you choose to put some extra things in here. And then a little bit more over here. Another thing that you'll see all around is we have day shades, and these are really nice MCD rollers. We also have a night shade there that you can pull down when it's time to go totally dark. And we have windows that can open without letting the rain in. So those are a really nice feature to get some cross breeze in here. I'm going to pull that back down, keep the sun out. There we go. All right, moving into the kitchen, you'll see that I have a really nice pull-out place here. This will tuck back away when it's time to put the slides in, but this makes a really great prep space or a place to put a charcuterie board, whatever it is that you need extra room for. And then we have these really great full extension drawers in here that can still be used when it's pulled out or when it's put away. You'll notice that these drawers are a little bit of a pull for me, and that's definitely done on purpose, so that when they're going around corners, when you're driving down the road, they're not going to fly open on you. So Newmar definitely makes these doors and drawers a little bit stickier for that very reason. Up here we have a great place for your spices, adjustable shelf in this guy. Then we have your convection microwave, and that means you can actually bake in here. Good size too. We have an induction cooktop. That means that this coach is all electric. So we're not going to be fussing with propane to light our stove. All right, more drawers. And there we go. Over here, one of my favorite cabinets, because it's so deep, but normally I wouldn't be able to reach the back of that. They made this really nice pull out for me so that I can get to the things that are back there. And directly above, I have a really nice exhaust fan. That's one of 3 in this coach, so that's going to be like an attic fan. It's going to pull moisture, smoke, heat out of the coach quite quickly. Makes a huge difference when you're cooking, showering, etc. Or if you've just come in after leaving the air conditioners off all day, those fans are going to make a huge difference, and then turn your air conditioners on. It's going to be awesome in here. Cools down so much faster. Another little storage bay here, and I'll just keep opening the places here that we have for storage. So important in a motorhome to have enough places to put your things. Oh, sorry about that. This one I'd obviously put little sponges and things in, but careful with that. And then we have a double stainless steel sink right here with a nice little sprayer attachment. All the countertops in here are solid surface or Corian. They didn't cheap out in the bathroom, as you'll see with some brands. They only put the nice stuff in centralized locations, but Newmar does it throughout. There we go. All right, so then this is kind of a special arrangement here. It's obviously going to be your table and chairs, but it's also meant to function as an office space. So we've got a place to plug in your computer devices, a little port for you to put the cords through. We have a pull out here for you to put your keyboard. More storage down here. This is your bag of manuals that they've kept in there for you. This table is quite unusual as well in that it's not attached to the ground in here. So we can actually move this out completely, and it takes a little bit of a shimmy, but you can truly put this anywhere that you want to. So you could put it in front of the sofa, in front of the recliners, etc. And it does have a leaf included that you can just pop right into that hole. It's hidden right here underneath. So that's actually so clever. There's also some extra chairs that are down below the bed that we can add onto here. So if you wanted to play poker with your friends or just have dinner, it's quite easy to do. And then once you have to put this back, you kind of just walk it back. Now over here, as I said, this is kind of an office setup. There are some normal drawers. Down here, we have a really nice filing cabinet could be used for. So great for people who want to work on the road. All right, put that all back together. It's such a clever little situation there that you can do so many different things with. Over here we have a great size pantry, and Newmar does these really nice pull out extensions. These can be changed in height here. And then we have your Whirlpool refrigerator. We've got water in the door. And this is one of those signs that somebody took really good care of their motorhome. This refrigerator is immaculate and it smells clean. So you know that there was pride of ownership with the previous owners here. They really kept this up nice. And then down here we have your freezer. There is an ice maker that drops into there, and then another little spot there. And then, let's see, Newmar does integrate a lock in here, and it just slides into place. So when you're going down the road, this isn't gonna fly open on you. All right, in the hall area here, we have one of the places that you can put your central vacuum. The hose would just plug in right there. And then in this half bath, we also have a kick plate for that vacuum system. So if you were to have a broom and just sweep it here, you can kick this. It'll suck that debris away really nice and clean. Then in here we have your breaker box, a little bit more storage. We have another exhaust fan up there, and then some more storage. I'll just get this all open and you can take a good peek at it. All right. So as always in a Newmar product, we have a porcelain toilet in there, and they're just going to try to give you as much storage as they possibly can. Great for when you have guests, or if the wife and husband want to get ready in separate spaces. This is a great way to do that. Having a bath and a half. And you'll notice this door is kind of funny. It's a pivot door. The reason that Newmar invented this, makes this, is so that when the slides are in, it's a lot easier to get into this bathroom. You're not going to have to shimmy and shake to get in there. It's going to open up really easily for you. So that's the purpose of that funny door. All right, moving into the master suite, we have a really beautiful divider door here. These lock in place when they are all the way out. They lock into place when they're all the way in. But when they're all the way out, they did put a finishing touch and make them look really nice. That'll be the same on this rear bathroom door as well. And in the bedroom, we have a king size bed. This is an actual king size bed, not an RV king. That means it's actually the length of a normal king size bed. The only difference is it's got a rounded corner here. The reason that they do that is so that you can get into this back bathroom easier, or get around to be able to make the bed. So it's just a nice little feature, but it's not going to make finding sheets impossible for you. Now over here, we've got more of that really good padded storage, and this is going to go all the way across. There's not dividers up here, which I'm a big fan of, being able to put all that up there. We do have windows on either side that open, so we can get some more of that cross breeze. Nice little place to set your phone or your water bottle, and then a little bit more storage down there. Under the bed, we have a really nice hinged lift here that helps me. But we have those 2 extra chairs I was telling you about. And the previous owner actually included some rugs that match if you choose to want those. Those are tucked away in here. And then we have your vacuum components under here as well. The other thing I failed to point out is that this is a sleep number mattress, and that means you can inflate the 2 sides separately. So if one of you likes a firmer bed and one of you likes a softer bed, this is for you. I absolutely love my sleep number bed. We've got hanging shirt closet here, and on the other side, this is going to be an exact mirror. So I'll show you the one side. Now this is the one exception. This is your audio-visual cabinet. We've got a Blu-ray player down there. But other than that, we've all got these nice deep drawers. And those go across here. 5 of these. Man, these are deep. Emergency exit window is right here, which hopefully you'll never need. And we'll see that in the back bathroom, we actually have an emergency exit door, which I think is such a great idea. This was the first year that Newmar came out with that. So they made a lot of really great changes in 2016. That's what this coach is again. So we'll see some of those great things as they're starting to become what they are today. Flat screen Sony TV, and then we have that other hanging shirt closet here. Moving into the back bathroom, really great mirror here, so you can actually get a full picture of, did I put my pants on backwards, and all of those questions we all have. But also, when you're at the front of the coach, this is going to make the coach look so much bigger and so much longer. I know a lot of people go, oh, I don't want mirrors, but you actually need them occasionally, and that's one of the benefits of having a nice big mirror in your motorhome. Over here we have another one of those great doors going into this back bathroom, and then here it is in all of its glory. This is your full bathroom. We have obviously your shower here, a little bit of a sunroof or skylight there, lets in some extra light, also gives you a little bit more headroom if you're a taller person and want to comfortably shower. This is going to work for you. Then over here we have another hanging shirt closet. And this is something I've been asked about before, but I haven't been able to provide in a video. This is what the safe looks like when it's open. Get a good look at that. These all have these safes. They're not super deep, but they do go back a little bit further than what they show. So this is what all of these safes look like when you open them up. And then you can put obviously your own code in, and you'll have a set of keys there as well, so you know you can get into it. We also have lights in all of our little hanging shirt closets, so that's helpful as well. One more little spot there to hide things. It's a nice deep drawer. And then over here, medicine cabinet, so deep. I wish mine was that deep at home. It's awesome. Lots of room in there. And again, that's got that carpeting to help things from not moving around when you're going down the road. A little bit more room there, and a really deep drawer there as well. Over here we have your washer and dryer. Really nice. If you have never had separate pieces of washer dryer, this is going to make a huge difference in your life. If you've had the all-in-one, this is much more efficient and much easier to control. For example, you want to take your stuff out of the dryer before it gets wrinkled. This is really the way to go. Those all-in-ones are just kind of a hassle and they take forever. So these are quite an upgrade for you. We do have another one of those exhaust fans right here. And then, as I was talking about earlier, this is the first year of the emergency exit door for Newmar. Now, as time has gone on, they have added a drop-down ladder in here. So that's a really nice feature on the newer models, but as of 2016, this was a new idea, and it still opens up and is a really easy way to jump out. We'll see when we go to the outside of the coach that it's not that high up, so a much easier way to get out than out of a window. So I'm really, really glad they added this. We're going to put that back down, keep it cool in here. All right, I think it's time to put slides in, and then we can take a look at what the coach looks like when it's all put together in travel mode, and then we'll check out the outside as well. 2016 was the year I started selling motorhomes, and it was a big year for Newmar as well. It was their 50th anniversary. This is the year that they started doing some really unique, innovative things, like the door, the induction cooktop. These are things that have carried on because they've just done so well and made a big difference in people's lives. So I love that I was here to watch this evolution happen, and I still have every ounce of faith in Newmar to this day because, again, they come in 10, 20, 30 years old and they're still in awesome shape just because they built them right from the get-go. All right, let's put these front slides in, and you'll see Newmar invented the slide out for motorhomes. And they are still using this cog wheel system. Oops, I gotta hold in, not out, to make it work. So these cogwheel slide outs are very reliable. They're very stout. They are the same mechanism that a cogwheel train would use to go up and down a mountain. So handling a slide out is not too difficult for this. We're going to move in the driver's side now. What a wild world that our walls move in here. I'll never cease to be amazed by motorhomes and the clever inventions they come up with. Just real quick specs, we have 105 gallons of freshwater capacity, 65 gray, 45 black. Quite a bit if you're used to a smaller motorhome. You can stay out on the road much longer in something like this. I'm going to walk through just so you can see it is quite easy. And again, this can be turned to the side and tucked in. I'll just show it to you real quick. If you need a little bit more walking space here for your dogs or whatever, look how much room that just opened up for me. So if I wanted to, when going down the road, I could put both of these recliners in that position. That's going to give me more room. And then going this way. Now this table I didn't get all the way put back, so I'm going to do that too, because I really want you to see the space in here. So let me point out, this is a little hard for me to move. It's not that it's heavy or killing me or anything like that. This is done intentionally as well. So the recliners, these tables are going to be very heavy bottomed so that when you're going down the road, they're not going to fall over and hurt someone or hurt themselves. So that's why this is a little bit difficult for me to put away. It's definitely done intentionally. So this is my walkthrough space. I can easily get into this back bathroom because of this great pivot door. Easily get into my pantry and my refrigerator even as well. Gonna have to step back, but still, I can easily get in here. It's important to see these things closed up as well as open, because sometimes you're not going to be able to put your slides out, or you don't have time, or you don't want to. So this is going to be part of your experience as a motorhome user. All right, I've had my generator running this whole time, so you can hear it's very quiet. I'm going to turn that off now so we can hear the engine. All right. All right. All right, so let's start over here on the left-hand side. You can see we have HWH computerized leveling. There are 4 jacks that will come down and actually level you. They can even lift you off the ground if need be. I don't say that that's a great position to be sitting in for a long period of time, but if you need it, they are that strong. You can also manually dump your airbags here if you don't want to be sitting so high at your campsite. We have the ability to manually dump our tags. That is an automatic function on the newer motorhomes as this is, so you don't necessarily need that, but occasionally that's going to come in handy for you. We have an engine brake on off, high, medium, low here, and then our transmission. Right here, your Allison. It's very simple to use because, again, this is automatic. It does have 6 speeds. You can do it manually by just pushing the up and down buttons, but it will do it by itself if you don't choose to do that. Moving around, we've got lights, fog lights, dome lights. We have a heated mirror, and then we have powered mirrors, so we can move those around. We have air horn on and off. The reason you'd want that is if you're in an RV park or a parking lot and you don't want to be super loud, you're going to have that little horn. When you're on the highway, you want people out of your way. That's going to be the air horn function there. Battery boost is going to pull battery from either your chassis or your house, whichever you need, to jump start the other battery. This is just your lights. Light control here. We also have cruise control on here. Windshield wipers. Now we're going to get to the important stuff here. So we have a little trip checklist here, and I don't need that right now, so I'm going to go out of that. Today I can look at my fuel economy, how much I've used today, and there are several other things that I can choose to look at here as well. So these things are going to come in really handy on this little menu for you. The other thing that I have, I'm going to go back, there's odometer, 34,600 and let's say 4 miles. So this coach has been used but not worn out. So that is a good thing. On a diesel engine, you need to use it. It'll keep it happy and flexible, I guess is a good way to say it. So you want to keep using your engine. But again, this is a really good amount of miles for a 10-year-old coach. This is my favorite thing about Newmar's, the Comfort Drive steering. So its goal is to keep you centered on the road. You can see that when I move this steering wheel around and I let go, it's going to go back to center. So what it does is it measures what pressure I'm putting on the steering wheel. For example, if I'm fighting rivets in the road and I'm doing this, that's going to get really exhausting. And I will say in other brands of motorhomes, diesel pushers, even really high-end diesel pushers, you don't have this function, so you are strong-arming your way through the highways and cities and windy roads and going down mountains. The Comfort Drive does it for you. This also is going to help you when it's windy. It's going to keep you centered and not blowing all over the road. The other thing about Comfort Drive that it's remarkable to me is that when I want to back into a parking space, I can aim exactly where I want to go with my rear view camera and my mirrors, of course. I can let go after I put it in reverse and it'll take me dead straight to where I'm trying to go. It's really impressive how easy it is to park these versus even the vans and little Class C's that we carry here. This is something, it just makes it like dummy proof. It's awesome. And then of course the Comfort Drive steering can be adjusted, and that really is going to be speaking to the amount of tightness or give play you want on your steering wheel. So if you want your steering wheel to be very tight and controlled, you put it up. If you want it really loosey-goosey, you're going to turn it down. And you can do that on the fly or depending on road conditions or where you are driving at the time. Here we have your cameras display. So we have side view camera, that's your left turn signal, and then that's your right side there. And then when, of course, we're going to put it into reverse, and it's going to show us what's behind us there, as well as grid lines. All right. Here we have a CD player. So pull out your CDs and get ready to jam on the road. We also have a powered visor and powered shade buttons here. The shade is the dark one. So you can do that while you're going down the road. We also have overhead fans there that you can't see, so they're really discreet looking, but that will help to defrost and to keep it cool in here. We have your generator preheat and start and stop here. Front fans, high, medium, low. That's actually going to be for the furnace system down here. We've got a little bit of storage here. And then, of course, entry, lock and unlock, courtesy lights, and your step cover. Your step cover is what you're going to put up when you're traveling down the road so that your passenger doesn't feel like they're going to fall in a hole or your dog doesn't fall down the stairs. Really nice to have that button, and it's very quick, so not difficult to put up. And then of course we have a cell phone charger right there, so you can keep that there for your navigation or whatever and have it charging while it's going down the road. Both of these front seats will turn around to make more of a sitting area for your living room. Not sure, I did not practice this before, but yeah. So this is how this works. It can turn all the way around, so this can make more of a seating area for your living room, but just know that it's that easy to do. So I'm going to put that back, and it'll lock back into place. Up here we have more audio-visual equipment, and I can tell right now there's a Winegard Traveler satellite dish on here. A lot of people are taking those off and putting Starlink up now just because that can be your Wi-Fi, streaming, everything all at once, cell phone booster. But this is where all of this is if you want to keep that. And then over on this side, next to our third TV, let's see, we have your energy management system, power control. You can check here, how's everything going? Am I plugged in? What are my batteries at, etc. Battery disconnect. We have our awning control here. This is our Oasis system, which I'll talk more about when we go outside, but this is going to be your furnace for the coach as well as your hot water heater. So if you're going down the road and you wanted to use that heat up front, you just come and turn these burners on, get that going as you're going down the road. Also, if you want to prepare to be using hot water, you can turn these on from right here. Awning in and out here. Tank heat pads, that's just to help prevent from freezing for your all of your water tanks. They're each going to have their own heat pad. These are those slide out controls that we just used a minute ago. Security lights for outside. I'll go ahead and turn that on so you can see what that looks like outside. And then I can turn my step on or off. So if I happen to be parked and I'm settled, I can turn that off so that when I go in and out of the coach, the step isn't coming in and out every time. That's really convenient because, for one, you have to wait for it. If you're standing here and you want to go out, you're going to have to wait for it to go. But if you're just coming in and out, want to get a drink out of the fridge and go hang out more outside, it's just a quick, easy way, and it's not wearing out your mechanism, things like that. This is another great thing Newmar does. So your screen door has a retractable screen. That's going to really make driving and the view for the passenger quite nice. And then when it's time to go down the road, you can just have a really great view. The other thing over here is that the passenger has their own little airplane table. This always reminds me of my flight attendant days. So you've got a little bit of a place to work or eat a sandwich, whatever it is you want to do here, and then when you're done, you can just tuck this away. Now, if you don't want to have a table here, this actually screws out of the base of this chair quite easily, but I actually think it's kind of handy. Once you figure out how to use it and get it out of the way of your seatbelt, it's actually kind of cool. Other things right here, we've got cargo lights on and off, basement door lock and unlock. We have a light that's just for right here, map light, and then patio light as well. So I think we're ready to take a look outside. There goes my step. It's a really nice grab handle on the way out here. And another cool thing that Newmar does is it has a programmable door code. So if you don't have your keys, you can just easily punch in the code that you've programmed here and you can get into the front door. That code can and will be separate from your basement door locks. So you can get into your basement without getting into the coach and vice versa. And then you have a doorbell as well. That's because these coaches are so well insulated, you won't be able to hear someone knocking on the door. They'll just be standing out here sad all day. So that's no good, right? We have your diesel fuel fill here. Again, this is 105 gallons. Really, really nice full body paint. I think this is definitely a good color scheme to stand the test of time. Nice grays and a little bit of that dark cherry metallic here. And then in our basement, we have that felt carpeting or a different felt carpeting. But again, that's the same reason, partly for insulation in the basement area, but partly for sound and things moving around. The other thing you cannot see, underneath here, you can see that I have about 2.5, almost 3 inches. That's all insulation underneath your basement. So your basement is not going to freeze if you remember when it's sub-0 degrees to keep your Oasis tankless hot water / furnace going. It's going to heat this whole section down here. The other thing that you can't see on a Newmar, this is insulation before it gets to the floor. One of the reasons that these stand the test of time is because they add these extra beams to the chassis rail. So there's a beam here, there's a beam here, and there's a beam here that are welded to the chassis rail frame. I'm going to go to the next door so you can see that chassis rail frame. So this is your chassis rail frame, your beam, and you can see we've got a lot of extra pieces welded to that. Newmar does that at their factory. They call it the Star Foundation, but the point of it is to keep from bend and twist going down the road. If you think about a motorhome, it's doing this constantly as it's going down the road. That's why we say you're in an earthquake every day. The point of this Star Foundation, and I can tell you again, that's why the cabinets aren't falling off. That's why the tile floors aren't cracked and popping. It's because they did this extra stuff that you don't really see. It's not pretty, but it really makes a huge difference in the longevity of this motorhome. So enough about that. If you want to hear more, I can send you videos and things like that, but we have a really nice pull-out tray. This comes out to either side of the coach, 60%. So you can put stuff in the middle of the coach and still be able to reach it. And then it locks back into place. Oh, does it? Might need an adjustment on that one. This hasn't been through our shop yet, so that will get fixed. There it is. I just didn't do it stout enough. Then up here we have TV number 4, another Sony flat screen. This one has a really nice JBL soundbar included. What a great place to tailgate or have an outdoor fire pit, watch a movie, hang out. All right. Next bay is nice and open. You could add another slide out tray, but it's kind of nice to be able to have the height here to put some extra tall storage. And then over here, this is where your main water tank is housed, is behind this pegboard. So Newmar thought, well, what are we going to do with 5 inches of space? Well, we'll give you a place to hang your tools and things. So that's what that is there for. You could put some extra bottles of DEF or whatever kind of fluid that you like to take along in there as well. Newmar is one of the only brands, if not the only brand that I know of, that on a 40-foot motorhome, they do a steerable tag axle. That's going to give you a lot better ride. It's going to give you a better ability to distribute weight. It does turn and follow when you go around corners. So this is going to have a really nice turning radius. I tell my customers all the time, go tighter than you think on your turns. Keep an eye on your back wheels. Make sure you're not running over a curb, but usually it's much tighter than you would imagine. I personally, even in 45-foot Newmar motorhomes, have done U-turns at stoplights and been able to get through very easily. So it is doable, more than doable. Oh, emergency exit door. This is what I was talking about. This is not that tall up on the ground. It's about, I'm going to say 4.5 feet. So a lot easier to get through a door and kind of jump out that way. Love that. Also, if you just want to open it and throw some of your stuff out rather than having to go all the way through the coach, that's a possibility as well. Back here, this is not a pretty bay, but this is your chassis batteries. And then we have your chassis battery disconnect right there. So when you're parking for a while, you're not going to be using the coach. You're going to want to turn that off if you're not plugged in. Oh, I need to get a little more firm here. There we go. All right. So 15,000 pounds towing capacity. We also have your 7-way pin already included there. And again, this is a 400 horsepower Cummins engine built on the Freightliner XC chassis. We do have a ladder, which is something that's becoming more and more unusual on these big motorhomes. The reason you would want that is to check for debris on your roof, also to make sure that your seals are still sealed. You need to get up there about once a year to check those and just make sure there aren't any leaks happening that you don't know about. So, all right, a little bit more storage here. We have your engine preheat there. If it's real cold, you're going to want to get that going early. Another little bay. This is your DEF tank, so you can fill that up right there. Usually you can do that at the same gas station as you're filling up diesel. You can always buy bottles as well. And then this is a place to store your black hose. Keep it a little bit away from all of the other stuff, keep it hygienic. And then your water bay is right here. So you can see we have an outdoor shower with hot and cold. Your low point drains. We've got your black black tank release here. So you've got a gray release and a black release. Of course, you're going to want to do your gray first, or excuse me, your black first, your gray next, so it kind of washes it out. But you are going to also be able to wash that out in the sewage rinse place. We also have an automatic tank fill. If you wanted to turn that on, you could do that. Whole house water filter, and then a retractable rewind reel. That's a mouthful. That you can hook that up when you need it and then not have to mess with it when it's time to go. I love that function. I think every motorhome should have that. Here is your 50-foot 50 amp cord. We've got your transfer switch back there as well, but this is the same thing. So this can pull out, and then it is a power rewind, just push of a button. So when it's cold, when it's dirty, this isn't going to be something you're going to be really annoyed with. Under here we have your Oasis system. Again, that is your furnace and your hot water heater. It's more cleaner burning than the other brand. Also needs less maintenance. The other brand is once every 3 months. This is once a year, so that should save you some money. Then over here we have the other side of that tray that we pulled out on the other side there. And then here we have your house batteries. We've got 8 of these deep cycle batteries. They are on a pull-out tray that locks so that they don't just go sailing around, but you can get to them easily if you need to. 105 gallons diesel can go in there, and you can use it both sides at the same time. They'll go into the same tank, so that'll save you time at the pump as well. And then here we've got some more of your electrical stuff. Everything's going to be really well marked as to what it is. And then I'm going to pop this front hood so we can take a look at the generator. If I did it right, let's see here. I didn't quite get it, sorry. So we've got an Onan quiet diesel generator here. And there's always something, you know, in a live video, it's always something. Let's see if I can get it strong enough this time. All right. Well, if you want to see the generator, call me. I'll get it. I'll get it for you and take a picture. I'm happy to get any specs or any other information for you. Please ask for me by name. I'm more than happy to help you. And if you're interested in this coach or anything else we have, I'm more than happy to get the information to you. So please give me a call. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.